Hey,
Hey,
What's going on?
welcome to the show,
Hello.
Okie writer Kevin Bigley and director Kate Cobb.
sorry, I got it.
We did not make
We
Agatha.
can talk, Agatha.
We didn't make Agatha.
That's okay. Hey, tell us about this film. It was a hit on the festival circuit. Tell us about your movie.
Yeah. Okie is a story about a successful writer who comes home after his dad passes to the town that, like, the super rural kind of town that he left, and he has made a career writing novels about this town and stealing the stories of the people from the town around him, and he has to come back and kind of reconcile with how the town feels about having their stories stolen and used for profit.
And it feels tone-wise kind of like a tension-filled thriller in some ways. Is that accurate?
At times.
Yeah, I think we played with that. There's a lot of character stuff you get into of the potentially unreliable narrator. So the movie kind of changes or genre blends depending upon what movie the character kind of thinks he's in. So he's a pretty egotistical dude. It crosses into the thriller stuff, but it's also it starts out as ostensibly a hangout movie, like a Garden State kind of thing, where he's like, I'm returning home, and isn't everybody like happy to see me? And then there's some jokes and stuff, but then it kind of starts to turn sour on him.
Yeah, they say that he always says that he thinks he's in Garden State, and then all of a sudden he thinks he might be in Deliverance.
Yeah, it slowly kind of goes the Deliverance route.
Well, yeah, I mean, also the concept is really interesting from the standpoint of because writers are known to kind of take inspiration from real life.
Interesting.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that happens a lot, but there's, what are the consequences of that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, hey, would you mind if we watch your trailer?
Let's do
Sure,
it.
let's go.
The trailer's really good, and it'll give people a taste of the movie. So
Good.
I have it queued up here.
And don't copyright strike us.
Yes, please don't. All right, here we go.
How long you back?
I'm not. I gotta be heading back. I was just supposed to pick up some stuff for Hill. Ever since Dad passed, she can't bring herself to come back.
Shit, you could barely bring yourself to come back even when your old man was alive and well.
Yeah, anyway, long drive back home, so I should probably...
Come on, man. Just kick it for a little bit, huh? You just got here. County fair's in a couple days.
Yeah, I didn't plan on this being like an extended trip or anything, so I'll probably
One night. Come on, man. It's better than kicking up the old bones.
Ooh.
So tell us what now you're on the festival circuit. What was the reaction at festivals?
It was really
fun.
Positive. It's really fun to watch the movie after having dealt with it for this long. It's really fun to watch it with an audience because you can see that there are some things that people like easily laugh at and some things that they feel a little strange laughing at. But then once somebody gets going, everybody gets going. And it's such a joy. And also, for us, the cool part about it is how much everyone kind of sees themselves reflected in the movie. Like they see their hometowns, no matter where they're from. We have people coming up to us afterwards that are from like suburban backgrounds or wealthy backgrounds or, or rural backgrounds or whatever. And they're like, this is my story, this is my hometown, like
Yeah.
this is how I feel about the people. And so that's kind of like the best compliment that we can get.
Yeah, there's some people who will come up to us and be like, "Oh my God, like I hated Louis, like the main character. Like I just felt for all those people in that town." And then other people will come up and be like, "I just wish I could burn that town to the ground." Completely 180, be like, "Oh wow, okay, yeah, that's one take, yeah, definitely."
We've got over 1,000 people watching live right now. We've got questions from our audience. Would you like to go to those questions?
Let's go.
Here we go. Okay. Well, this is kind of snarky. Lord Comet for $2 says, you should name your sequel Okie Dokie.
I love it.
You
That's
know,
not snarky at all.
For
That's a
$2,
good-
I'll do it. I'll do
Yeah,
it.
somebody wrote on Letterboxd, I think, was like, I was watching the whole movie waiting for someone to say Okie Dokie.
We're so sorry that
And
never
it doesn't
happens.
happen.
But maybe
Oh, that's great. Defy expectations. The Nerd Far Away says, hail Kevin and Kate. Do you think this is a good time for independents who don't want to take the Hollywood route?
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
awesome.
love hearing that from you.
Yeah.
The Nerd Far Away. I think so. I think if you are willing to learn as much as you can and do as many jobs as you possibly can, then this is a great time to be an indie artist. I mean, you can make something for nothing. Last night we watched, our Halloween movie was Creep. And we watched a movie that was made on something similar, like an HVX, something similar, you know, that we've used before. And he made an entire movie. And it was compelling and amazing, and it got seen and it got recognized. And like, it's a great time.
I think what we're finding too, you know, having worked in a lot of television, both of us, is that the whole system is based on mentorship and bringing up people through like show development and all that, and writers' rooms. And God love them, you know, because we have a lot of writers, friends from like, you know, that are, their whole careers have been based in writers' rooms, but they have an inability. There's like there's just an oversight in teaching them how to make things, especially on a shoestring budget. Because even like I do one of the cheapest shows on TV, Animal Control, at least per episode, that was 2.7 million. So the fact that that's what you have to work with for 30 pages is insane. So anybody who can be scrappy enough and figure out how to do that, that's just what that's what
they're trying to stop you from doing. So
yeah,
go out and do it.
And right now there's just a lot of like the streamers and everything, they're trying to find ways to save money. And anybody who can make things, there's a premium on. So that's what we're kind of finding, that there's a genuine, when you break through and make anything, like agents and distributors and streamers, like executives, they kind of look at you like, how did you guys do it? You know, that's when we get the question.
Answer is YouTube. You can learn how to do anything on YouTube. So just go out and learn.
Do it yourself. So I think now is the best time really in a long time.
So are you the actor who wants to appear in movies and the only way to do it is to make your own movie?
It's kind of.
I mean,
I think
for certain roles.
I enjoy TV, but I think film has just always been, that's what we watch mostly. We don't watch as much TV shows, just because I feel like it became so oversaturated, that I think there's a lot of TV shows that we would watch and we'd be like, we wouldn't remember anything, you know? You'd remember like, or you'd watch and I was so tired.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, just tired of watching
all the time.
It's all the time, like watching TV where you were like, it was okay. That one person was really good. You know, it was like I just got tired of watching like, you know, a 5 out of 10.
We also got tired of not seeing like the stories that we wanted to watch represented. Like when we would be like, God, I just want to watch something that's like Sean Baker or Jeff Nichols. Like I just want to watch, and then we would like run out of movies. And so we were like, well, what should we rewatch something? And so then we were like, let's just make them, because there's not enough.
We just really like working.
That's true.
So yeah.
Here we go. Dennis Wright says, alcohol, hot, strange chick, spooky music. What can go wrong?
Exactly.
Truly. I hope that I'm the hot, strange chick. And I just
yeah.
Portland 182 says, hi, Kate. Can you talk a bit about your path from actress to director? Do your actor insights help you collaborate with your cast?
Great question, Portland 182. Yeah. I absolutely, my ability to direct is completely derived from my acting experience and being on as many sets as I've been on. I knew the kind of set that I didn't want to be a part of and the kind of project I didn't want to work on. I think it's like just so important to be able to build the right tone of your, you know, on your set. And that's something that like I really work hard to do. As far as like coming from actress to director, yeah, I took a lot of classes. I made a lot of shorts. I truly felt that there wasn't a ton of representation of people like me who went out and just decided at this point that directing was their path. So it was scary, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. But I just pushed through and worked as much as I could. I mean, it's just about like making your thing over and over again until you can make your bigger thing.
Chelsea M says, "Hi, Kevin and Kate. Where on location did you choose to film?"
Yeah. So
yeah, we had written for my hometown in Northern California, north of Sacramento, and which is like, if you're just there, you're like, am I in Oklahoma or Nebraska or something? It's very Midwest up there, and we knew we could get locations for free, so we shot a proof of concept that was about 19 minutes long, and then I wrote a feature. So we knew this company that was in Illinois, and they were wanting to do it, but they wanted us to adapt it for rural Illinois. But we met in Chicago in college, and Kate's from the suburbs out there and from Southside. So we knew the state really well. So we decided to go.
So it was Illinois. It was kind of Western Illinois near DeKalb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brock Samsonite asked, "Do you have any tips on how to fundraise for getting projects started?"
Yeah, that's a great question, and one that is constantly the question asked. So, I mean, for us, it was about making a proof of concept and using that to show around and get funding that way. That's not for everybody, but for us, it worked. We saved up our money. We shot like he was saying, 19-minute proof of concept that we spent $7,000 of our own money and made it with friends, and then packaged it together with, you know, our lookbook and all of our stuff. And then we sent it out to people that we knew to read, and they sent it to people they knew. And, you know, we eventually ended up partnering with Chicago Media Angels and worked the funding from there. I think the other thing is that, like, you have to have different versions of your script or different versions of the movie that you can make for any price. We said, we can make this for 20 grand if we had to. We could make it for 100 grand if we had to. We could make it for 5 million if we had to, you know? So I think it's like being flexible in that way is super important.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. Urjo says, "What other genres would you like to write and direct?" And Razorburn kind of follow up, "Kate, ever thought about directing a horror movie? Kind of like that. Other films you'd like to do?"
My dream. I think you can see from this genre blendy movie that we made that I love something that's darkly comedic, but also dramatic and also scares you. I think that is like the most exciting kind of filmmaking to watch. I don't think there's enough women making horror movies. I would absolutely love to make a horror movie.
Yeah.
Well, I would say one of the best horror movies this year was directed by a woman, written and directed, which is The Substance.
We just, full confession, we wrapped our second movie last Friday. So I haven't seen a single film
Everyone
in 6 months.
was talking about Substance, so we're stoked on that.
I'm so excited, and seeing everybody's Halloween costumes this year with Substance.
So happy about Demi Moore. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
She's coming back.
Love her.
Yeah, it's I feel, based on the subject matter and the ideas being used in the film, only a woman could have made that. And by the way, we do have a lot of horror directors on the channel to interview, and they say that, I did not know this fun fact, women are more a fan of horror than anyone else. You know, certain 100%. Things like, women like horror. I mean, look at true crime on Netflix.
Look at Morbid.
Morbid podcast, my favorite podcast. I listen to it all the time. I'm horrified by
Massive female fan base. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's got to be some weird psychology thing.
It is. So everyone I know in horror is like, no, women are the big fans of horror.
Yeah,
so
I'm here for it.
Another question here from Caveat Ties. How did you go about acquiring a crew?
It's a great question.
Yeah, we hired a line producer in Chicago, and they had access to crew, and we interviewed. So we didn't want to make it too far away from a major city. So if you are trying to shoot, make it in accordance to a city that you would feel at least they shoot commercials there.
Right.
So then we hired probably around, I'd say 20-person crew, 30.
We had about 30 to 35 people, depending. So we had things called we had a swing crew. So we had people who on really, really heavy days, we would bring on extra people, or we would have somebody who could double as another job. For example, like a hair person that also did makeup. So that was a way to kind of keep the cost down, but like we're getting really talented.
We only had 2 weeks of pre-production.
And a 15-day shoot.
And a 15-day shoot, or else we had to punt to the next following year, and we didn't want to risk potentially losing funding. So it was definitely a sprint.
When it comes to film, bird in hand. You make your movie as soon as you're able to. Don't wait for the perfect time. There's never a perfect time.
And I've also heard from a lot of filmmakers, it's like when the money question comes up, always does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how much money do you need to make your movie? How much do you have? Like, that's the answer.
That's
it's like
exactly
whatever
correct.
it takes. And I just did some research, oddly enough. Okie was reviewed at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival by Jason Delgado, a writer for us. And oddly enough, 9 out of 10 review on Film Threat. So that's good.
Okay,
solid.
We'll take it.
We got a lot of people texted us that article. They got stoked.
Yeah, that was a great article.
Great. So
that's awesome. And it's now is the film. It's out now on VOD. Is that right?
Not yet. It comes out on November 8th.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So next week.
Yes.
Yep.
A week from today.
Well,
congratulations to you both. Excited for you on this. And look forward to your coming success with your next movie.
Thanks very much.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it.
This was fun.
Yeah. Blast.
Yeah. Thanks. All right. Take care. We'll talk to you. Come back and talk to us about your next film.
Anytime.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Yep. That's
all right.
soon.